We had kind of winds today, but nothing like there were at Cerro Grande that day, huh?
Right, and no reason to start a controlled burn today. Probably not a good idea. Tomorrow would be a bad call, too. High wind watch in the dark shaded brown area that you see there, and essentially that is west central New Mexico to include Gallup and out toward Grants and down south through Catron County. Very windy area here for tomorrow. We're also going to see a pretty windy setup in eastern and central sections here in the metro, where in this area right here, essentially what we've got is a wind advisory in effect throughout the day tomorrow as well. So a lot going on wind-wise. The good news for today has been the fact that although the winds were very bad this morning, they didn't get worse this afternoon. They've come down a bit. 17 sustained Albuquerque, 28 Las Vegas, 30 up in Alamosa, and 20 in T or C. Here's a look at the wind gusts out there. Yeah, it's breezy to windy still, but not as bad as it was. 40 Las Vegas, 45 Raton right now, 25 Las Cruces, and 29 in Silver City. Looking at the current conditions in the metro, not too bad. 74 degrees, west winds 17 miles an hour for us. Humidity is very, very low. So needless to say, fire danger remains high across the state, especially in lower elevation areas. Temperatures right now 50s and 60s, even some 70s to the north, down to the south, anywhere from the 70s all the way up into the 80s and even some low 90s. Going to be even warmer for tomorrow across the state by about 4 or 5 degrees. So going to see those temperatures come up a bit. For now, it's pretty quiet. Most of the precip staying to our north. And you can see these weather disturbances just rotating through about 150, 200 miles too far north to bring us much precip. But they are close enough to crank up the winds. The next one's coming ashore. This one, too, will lift off to the north, so it's not going to head right on through the state. But what it will do is allow for that jet stream to crank things up once again, and we will see some pretty good winds on the way for tomorrow. So we have these weather disturbances, which are also going to help to get the winds going. So here's the overall setup. Temperatures through tomorrow will warm up just a little bit with those gusty southwest winds, and then the weather disturbance itself kicks to the north. But it drags a cold front through, so on Wednesday we're going to end up with a situation where we're going to be cooler across the state here. It will be breezy as opposed to windy. So Wednesday we'll get some improvement with dropping temperatures, but tomorrow winds still going to stay pretty gusty. Maybe not quite as bad as this morning, but they're going to see some gusty afternoon winds in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range. Here's a look at the forecast across the four corners. Partly cloudy, slightest chance of a shower, southwest winds up to 55 at a gust. 7-day forecast, an occasional shower or two possible over the next couple of days. Meanwhile, across the south and west, temperatures for the most part in the 70s and 80s, even some low 90s with wind gusts right around 45 miles an hour. Southeastern New Mexico, obviously more high fire danger out there with southwest winds up to 50 miles an hour and temperatures in the 90s. We're talking about relative humidity levels right around 5 to 10%. So it's going to be dry stuff out there, and sunshine continues with temperatures going down just a little bit on Wednesday with a little less wind as well. North and east, plenty of sunshine here. Southwest winds, though, will be very gusty throughout the day, and temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Northern mountains, temperatures for the most part going to be in the 60s and 70s for tomorrow in most areas, with the slightest chance of an afternoon thunderstorm. Wind gusts up to 50. Santa Fe forecast looks good the next couple of days for sunshine, but obviously the winds tomorrow will be a little bit of a problem, and we will see gusty winds in the East Mountains and out into the Estancia Valley as well, with gusts up to around 50, 55 miles an hour. And here in the metro with a wind advisory, we get sunny conditions as well, and temperatures right around 80 degrees. 7-day forecast. Well, we're going to be windy over the next couple, but then things will start to improve.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Sports is next.